Hey everyone, Elias here. The latest episode of Build Your Foundation Radio, the podcast. Hope everyone's doing all right. Super excited for this next guest. We've got about a 15-minute conversation that kind of is a monologue, and I try to stay out of the way after I set up with a basic question to our guest, Jason Parillo. Phenomenal boxing and MMA coach, MMA striking coach, really an MMA head coach, which is something that people don't really seem to realize because he comes from the boxing world. But yeah, I try to stay out of Jason's way because he's got great stuff. Jason is really a technical coach. I've been in the gym with him in training camps with his fighters in Southern California at the RUCA Training Center and headquarters. Many different times actually, and I got to see him work up close. He's actually been kind enough to help me out a little bit as well when I visited. He's super technical. He hones in on the most like elemental and minutia type things with his fighters in terms of technique. He's also a phenomenal motivator. He also understands the psychology of fighting quite well. And this episode has a lot to do with that. It's going to motivate you, I feel, and that's really the utility of it. It's not big on at least the parts that I included in this edit. It's not big on particular exercises to do or anything like that, but it's the principle of doing what you can always, and he does it in true Jason Parillo style. So if you don't know Jason Parillo, you should. He's phenomenal. I've done some work with him in the past, some projects, technique projects. He's coached many excellent fighters in boxing, including world champions. He himself was an excellent pro fighter, and until unfortunate career injuries ended his career, he's coached, I believe, 5 MMA world champions, and he really works one on one with his people in an old school way. He's one of my favorite people to be in the gym with, and outside of the gym. I think he's a great human being, a great coach. I've seen it firsthand, and I basically we'll jump into this interview in a second, but basically what you hear Jason responding to is me asking him what fighters can do during pandemic if and when they're relegated and restricted to their homes. What can they do? What can we all do? And think of yourself as a fighter, whether or not you've had a fight, right? Whether or not you plan on fighting in sport or outside. And I hope you don't have to fight outside. But think of yourself as a fighter if you're training martial arts, if you want to train martial arts, because that's the right mindset to put yourself in my view, for a number of reasons that we talk about a lot. So when he talks about fighters, think about yourself as well. Think about your own goals, fitness, psychological, otherwise, self defense. Think about your goals, and Jason's talking to you as much as he's talking to the pro fighters that he coaches. It's excellent. I ask him, Jason, what can coach? What can people be doing? What are you seeing people doing out there? And he cuts loose in true Jason Perillo fashion. It's phenomenal. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you follow Jason Parillo on Instagram. He's a great follow. He is not really on Twitter. I think someone created an account for him. But if you don't know about him, definitely want to check him out at Ruka. That's RVCA if you type it out. It's a clothing brand and lifestyle brand, and they built a gym for him many years ago when he started training BJ Penn to start training BJ Penn there. And anyway, he's a phenomenal coach. You want to follow him and enjoy the interview, guys.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's tough because first of all, what makes it really difficult is I mean, obviously, a huge distraction. The focus is obviously hindered quite a bit.
Hmm.
So you could do what you do, like you said. You can watch your tapes, you can watch videos, you can train your back. You can always keep your heart rate up doing something. You can always strengthen your body doing something. For me, it's always been a psychological game. Now, as much as you talk to me, that's the way I think. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Some people believe that they get in the best type of shape by running. Some people think they get in the best type of shape by doing some type of strength and conditioning exercises or whatnot. I think as far as getting conditioning, we want to do that, by ourselves. I've been running, and I've been out of the house running. It's a lot of people that are just like, don't fucking leave your house, don't leave your house. You're going to spread the disease or catch to other people or whatever. I'm running. people actually out there, to be totally honest. I mean, I don't know how it is in Chicago, but out here in Orange County, you go into the Back Bay, you go to the beach, you go to, I see just more in the last week than I ever have in my entire fucking life. You know, everybody's out doing little stuff because the news lets you. The news says don't do anything, but you can go and walk, you can go and run. You know, it's just a matter of time before they're going to tell you can't do that as well. You know, which is really going to hinder everybody. But really, I mean, from fighters to everybody. But as far as a fighter is concerned, right now, I don't know when is that door going to open. They tentatively have fights booked, but do they really? Are they really going to be? You know, are the fights really going to happen anytime soon? Who fucking knows? I mean, for a fighter to get his mind psychologically around, okay, I'm fighting April 15th, let's say. Let's say in their mind they're fighting April 15th. What are we on? We're on March 20-something?
Yeah.
That's not happening. That's definitely not happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Okay, let's say April, May. Let's say May. Let's say somebody's going to fight in May. They're like, is it going to happen? And okay, I'm still going to think about it happening, but at the same time, I got to think about everything else that's going on. There's just a humongous distraction going on for everybody, no matter what business you're in, whether it's fighting or running a restaurant, whatever it is. You don't. The uncertainty is there. What's going to happen? As far as a fight happening, I mean that's almost the least of anybody's worry at this point right now. You know what I mean? But what can they do? Get fucking shape, asshole. Go in your backyard, do your burpees, do your push-ups, do your sit-ups. If you can't, if they're not letting you leave the house, run in place till you're blue in the fucking face. You know what I mean? Guess who else can't do anything? The fucking guy you're fighting. That guy can't fucking do anything either. He can't fucking do shit. Are people going to the gym? People have private gyms. People sneak into gyms, or do people just still go to the gym anyways? Yeah, you know, and there are probably people doing something. I got fighters that still. I get my phone. I'll be hit up all morning by fighters saying, "What's the plan today, coach? What's the plan today, coach?" They still want to work. They want to go to the park. They want to go to the basketball court, move around, spar a little bit. You know what I mean? They want to work. You know what I mean? They want to work because they want to be ready. They want to be ready when it comes. Hey, you got 2 weeks to fight. Okay, everything's lifted. Events are opening. Sporting events are opening. Everything's back on the fucking course. You know, and back on to what's going on. You know, now they got to be ready, and they want to be ready. The real fighters will be ready when it's time to go because they're getting it done. They're doing what they need to do. And I say it time and time again, guys that are the most successful fighters are working while they're by themselves, not just with their coaches. They're working by themselves. They're doing the extracurricular activities by themselves. You know what I mean? And those by themselves drills, and those by themselves, what they do by themselves, they've been doing that their whole fucking life before ever being quarantined, before any of this bullshit. They've always been fucking plugging away at being the best, whether it's from watching videos and wrap your mattress around a fucking tree in the backyard and just punching the fuck out of your mattress and kicking the fuck out of your mattress against a fucking tree. You know what I mean? Those are the guys that win fights regardless and continue to win fights and end up being champions at the end of the day because they are always on it and they're always about it and they're grinding whether they're with coaches or by themselves. You know what I mean? A fair weather fighter, a weekend warrior, they'll just sit and wait it out. Well, I can't go to the gym. I can't do this. So then this is going to be the insurance plan. This is going to be the excuse for all the fucking fake fighters out there that fucking come back when it's time to fucking go, when it's go time, when it's time to get back and say, okay, it's time to fight. Oh, coach, I can't. You know, with this quarantine and my wife, my kids, or just at the house, I wasn't training. I was eating. I got sick. I fucking did. They have 101 motherfucking excuses. Why? Because it's right there ready for them. It's an easy excuse. And we all got to understand when it happens. When all these fucking weekend warriors come back, it's time to go, and they got 101 excuses, we all got to understand. Have a tough excuse. You know who's going to be the real motherfuckers? The guys that come out of this. When it's all said and done, they say, are you ready to fight next week? Or in 2 weeks? They say, fuck yeah, I'm ready to fight this week. week. I'm ready to fight tomorrow. You want to know why? I did fucking 1,000 sit-ups every day. I did fucking 1,000 squats every day. I did 1,000 push-ups every day. I wrapped my mattress around the tree in the backyard and did fucking 10 rounds a day on the mattress. I fucking, the only people that I was allowed to be around in my house, I had them throw punches at me for fucking 10 rounds. I had them fucking, you follow what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They're doing, we all know how to get ready for a fight. You know, a big part of coach's job is keeping your mind right. And, yeah, putting you through drills and putting you through a program so you don't have to think about it. You know, and all this and all that. But at the end of the day, you know, the coach, the guides are there. You know, but you got to be able to work yourself. You know what I mean? The best fighters in the world work themselves. They've been working themselves their whole fucking life. They've been working their whole life to get there, and they've been working their whole life to be the best in the world. They've been working their whole life to be champions. All right? And they're able to do that whether they're in quarantine or they're doing that whether they're in a gym with fucking 500 guys. They're still doing it no matter what. The real guy walks the fucking room wanting this more than life itself since he was a fucking sperm, dude. You know what I mean? He walks in there since he was a fucking sperm. And he's like, okay, I'm not, and he'll leave because he's not fucking, because he knows it's not the real fucking, the real deal. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like, I hope I'm answering your question. I went on an Instagram Live and went on a fucking tangent this morning because I have the fucking blue on you.
I'll have to watch it.
5 weeks for God's sake.
No, you're answering it. I'll have to watch that, and you're answering it perfectly. I mean, I think that's what I've been trying to get across again to like my students. But you know, it's one thing for me to say it, and they respect me. But it's really cool to hear it from the highest level coaches because that's kind of what I've been telling them. I'm like, everyone, like you said, everyone's in the same boat, which is different than when we're injured. When I'm injured and I'm worried about a real or hypothetical future opponent, I'm thinking, crap, I'm or even my teammates, I'm getting behind because they're in the gym. We're all in the same boat right now. So even if to whatever extent you're getting rusty, everyone else is too. And also, you know, I told them, like, if you do the things that champions already do, which is what you were saying, coach, is the stuff on your own, watching film study, drilling, you know, doing your own calisthenics, whatever you can. If you do those things with more attention than you used to do them, where you could just walk into the gym and have fun with your friends, I promise you're not going to get that rusty, and you can actually improve in some things. If you're really shadowboxing, if you're shadowboxing like a pro, 10, 12 rounds a day, and you're visualizing, and then you're watching tape, and you're really, you know, like, and you're following along with the techniques and the drills and giving you, you know, even though you can't spar with people per se, if you're doing stuff now that you didn't used to do, you'll improve in other ways that you weren't before. So that's really good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth. I mean, that's like I said. The guys that fucking win, the guys that want to win, the guys that are going to win are working 24 hours a day, whether coach is there or not, whether their gym's there or not, whether they can leave the house or not, whether they're in prison or not. You know, you got guys there. Bernard Hopkins sat in prison for fucking 10 years or whatever it was. I forgot what the time it was. Yeah. He came out and became a fucking world champion. Why? Because he was thinking about that when he was in there. He was doing push-ups when he was in there. He was shadowboxing when he was in there. He was getting ready to get the fuck out of there. And once he got the fuck out of there, he came out swinging. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he came swinging for the fucking fences. And he got what he wanted because he thought about it every day of his fucking life. Thinking about it, getting deep in your head is a big benefit sometimes. This could very much benefit real fighters. This could very much benefit athletes and fighters, and it can answer questions of athletes and fighters that question whether they even want to do this or not. You know, the real motherfuckers are going to come out of this fucking situation swinging. I promise you that. And those are the guys we're going to be fucking paying attention to.